Really quick and easy offset stairs that dives into a full wall with a railing on one side, diving into that wall. Did I don't know if I described that right. I'm going to do a click stairs real quick and then select the stairs, and I'm going to select the brake tool. And then in the subsequent edit toolbar, we want to select add complete brake. Okay, once we have add complete brake, we can get in here real tight on the stairs, and I'm going to just click along an existing tread line right there. There we go. Now we have a complete brake. What do we get to do with this? Well, I'm going to slide this side in. I'm going to hit tab or enter and punch in 4.5 inches. Just make sure when polar is checked that you're setting this to some degree that makes sense, like 0 degrees. There we go. So I've got a 4.5-inch offset right here. Let me switch to my interior wall. We could try drawing from up, but that doesn't work, so we're actually going to reference this inside. There we go. Now we've got a wall right along that stair line, and I might return this and have some kind of closet system under the stairs, and then I can take this wall and drag it down. Now, I actually want to leave this brake in place, and that brake will retain if, in fact, we get into our general wall defaults under walls, general wall, and then we do not want to auto merge collinear walls. If you have this checked and you want this to remain checked, you could do a few things, just like nudging your wall 1/16 of an inch, something like that, or changing something about the assembly of your wall so that it doesn't just join back up again. And the point of that is that we want this brake to retain so that it fills in the side when we extend this downward. If I were to just extend this down, and we're going to pull a 3D view, which is probably the easiest way to understand what's happening here. Here's our 3D view. You can see it's not actually completing the wall cap at the end here. You could change it to a partition wall to try to fix that, but I do find that the easiest way to do this, if I just tile these side by side, is selecting this wall, adding a break, and there we go. We see immediately on the 3D side that filled in that gap. Now on the 3D side, it's really easy to understand where the end of this wall should be. You could grab the edit handle and snap it to itself. Notice I'm picking up a snap there. So once it snaps to itself, now that wall is built right underneath the staircase here. And the last thing we have to do is do a little bit of offset on this stair. Now I'm selecting the stair. I want to make sure that I'm creating a stairwell, but before we do that, we have to build the second floor. If you're on a PC, you get to use mnemonic keys, which is just Alt-B-O, enter, 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 will get you to a duplicate upstairs. And you could still select the railing on these stairs and then choose that auto stairwell, and it's going to build that out. Now let me go back down one level. Here we go. So last piece is, let me select the stair, open it up, and I want to get into the railing panel, and then we've got a horizontal offset. So on the left or right side, we could set a horizontal offset. Now, keep in mind, this is uniform on both sides, so that it might affect your other side in a way that you don't like. Just in case that's a problem, you can always turn off the railing on the left side and draw in your own. So if I do a negative offset, it's actually going to push it outwards towards the outer bounds of the stairwell, as opposed to a positive offset, it's going to bring that in. So if I do a 1-inch offset, you can see it's kind of bringing that newel in towards that wall that we just created. Now the next part of this might be that, yeah, maybe we want to do our own railing on the left hand side. So you can get back into the plan view, and let's just open this up. We're going to turn off the railing on the left side. Okay, now that we have turned that railing off, it's going to be challenging to draw a rail over the stairs because we already have a wall here. A railing is just another type of wall. So if we draw a wall over a wall, what's going to happen? It's going to get rid of our lower wall that's kind of building out the underside of the stairs that I kind of want to retain. So let's take a look at what we can do about that. I'm going to actually draw out a railing, and then I'm going to make it kind of off to the side here, and I want to open this up, and I want to designate that it has no room definition. Okay, once I've done that and press OK, I can in fact drag this over the top, and it's not going to take over that lower wall. The next thing I need to do is make sure that in that wall's rail style panel, okay, we get down to the last section here and we check follow stairs and press OK. Now this railing will follow stairs, so we need to bring this back to that snap so that it picks up accordingly. And there we go. We've got a newel post coming down. We need to kind of line this up, get it you know, to snap to the other side if we want, match that other side. And we're going to notice that if in preferences, and I believe it's in our, let's see, our edit menu here, in preferences, edit panel, excuse me, show start and end indicators. That's kind of an important thing to have checked, so you can do things like when we select this wall, we see that there's a start indicator and an end indicator. Why is that important? Let's open this up. What I want to do is I want to turn off auto post none on the end type, and I'm just going to force it to none so that I have no null post up against this side. See, that just got rid of that. Very important step. So there we go. We've got this kind of set up the way we want it. Notice that we still have this molding here is being produced by that wall. So it might be that you need to convert your room moldings. Okay, so if we come back to a plan view, I might need to, in fact, convert my room moldings. That's going to be this guy, make room molding polyline. When I select that, it's going to tell me which room molding we want to convert. I'm going to press OK because this is the correct one. That's my baseboard room molding. And now I can tab into this and conform this room molding. I might want to simplify the polyline to get rid of any breaks that happen from other walls, right? And then snap this to the other side. There we go. We can see in 3D that we do in fact have this molding kind of wrapping around, and it looks like we need to mess around with our newel post to just get this thing lined up exactly right. Maybe we need to force it to a couple inches offset. There we go. This is starting to look uniform on either side, and play around with that. You could of course draw some kind of inference lines to reference the other side, or you could just copy this railing to the other side as well. That might be helpful. You can notice that the pitch of these two railings is a little off, so it might be beneficial to copy this to the other side, get rid of the railing on the staircase itself, right? Because it does look in fact like this staircase on this side, excuse me, the railing on this side is kind of running rampant, doing its own thing. So there we go. Now, of course, remember, pull in some kind of ray trace view, pop in some lights here, take a shot for your YouTubes and everything like that. Be proud of the staircase. Very cool.